Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're literally taking a blueprint and applying it directly to our own minds. We're going to completely demystify true self-awareness by breaking down what's called the architecture of authentic self-awareness. It's not just some corporate buzzword, it's a structured, incredibly tangible framework directly from our source material that dictates the exact reality you experience every single day. We're going to look at the actual building blocks of who you are. Let's get right into it.
Okay, let's dive into this with a quote that basically serves as the philosophical bedrock for our whole discussion today. Truth will set you free. Know the truth, and truth will set you free. Now, I know that sounds profound, maybe even a little intimidating, right? But the text makes it incredibly clear that this isn't just some poetic, abstract statement. It's a highly practical instruction. Knowing the truth is literally step one in leveling up your self-awareness.
But, well, that brings up a pretty practical problem for us. What is the truth about you? I mean, it's so easy to just say, know the truth, but how do we actually achieve the level of self-awareness that this text demands? How do we bypass all of our own stubborn internal defenses to find out what's actually true about who we are deep down on the inside? Well, to figure that out, we gotta start digging at the absolute rock bottom of our psychological structure.
Which brings us to our first major phase of construction. Section 1, the foundation of truth. Analyzing our beliefs.
So I want you to think of this as the thick concrete slab that the entire rest of your life is built on. If there are cracks down there in the foundation, the whole house is going to lean. Our source explicitly warns us that the beliefs we hold so tightly might not actually belong to us. We have to analyze exactly why we have certain beliefs and where they're actually coming from. Are they truly yours? Did they originate from your own internal logic? Or are they from external origins? Inherited from your parents, adopted from your friends, absorbed from society, or, and here's the tricky one, planted there by propaganda spread by certain vested interests. It's kind of an uncomfortable thought, isn't it?
So seriously, are your beliefs truly yours? I want to challenge you right now to just pause and interrogate your own mind for a second. Think about that incredibly strong opinion you have, or that deep-seated fear, or that rigid rule you live your whole life by. Did you build that yourself? Or did someone else just kind of leave it in your head? True self-awareness absolutely requires stripping away all that external noise to find out what genuinely belongs to you. Let's move to our next section and see how this all builds upwards. Section 2, beliefs and daily values, the pillars. Okay, so if beliefs are the foundation hidden underground, your values are the load-bearing pillars standing right out in the open. They are holding up the roof of your daily life for everyone to see. The text actually gives us a really direct, rapid-fire sequence to check out our values. Ask yourself, what do you value in your life? Is it honesty, freedom, success, family, peace? You need to put a firm, specific name to the things that matter most to you. You gotta clearly define these pillars before you can actually lean on them. But here's the catch. Simply knowing them isn't enough. Are you actually living by your true values? Because this is where the friction happens for a whole lot of us. It is incredibly common to claim we value one thing, say our health or family time, but then our actions completely contradict that. We really have to look closely to see if our internal, theoretical values actually match up with our external reality. And the source material actually takes it one step further, with a relentless focus on the day-to-day stuff. Is your daily life aligned with your values? Not your grand 5-year plan, not your theoretical ideal self, but your average Tuesday morning. The mechanics of authentic self-awareness are built in the daily, hourly practice of aligning what you actually do with what you say is important to you. Moving right along, we get to section 3, navigating thoughts and feelings, the weather. All right, so we've got our foundation of beliefs and our structural pillars of values. Now we have to deal with the elements passing through this architecture. See, while your values should be solid and moving, your thoughts and feelings are highly transient. They blow in, they cause a fuss, and they blow right back out. We need a system to manage them. First, let's look at how we assess our thoughts. The source gives us a really specific 3-step interrogation process. Next time a thought pops into your head, ask yourself, why and where is it coming from? Next, is it actually true? And crucially, do you need to give importance to it? Not every thought deserves a seat at your table. Some thoughts are literally just random static, and recognizing that you don't actually have to give them importance is a massive leap in self-awareness. Then we shift gears from our thoughts to our feelings. The source tells us we absolutely must feel our feelings, but it explicitly warns us not to act on them most of the time. And this brilliantly illustrates why. The text says, feelings are like passing clouds. You can observe them, you can acknowledge that, hey, it's raining right now, but you don't have to go and tear down your house just because there's a storm. You work with them appropriately as per the situation, and then you just let them pass over.
Which brings us to a really fascinating distinction made directly in the text. There's a distinct difference between your feelings and your emotions. Feelings are how you feel on the inside, those passing clouds we were just talking about. But emotions are how those feelings show up to the outside world. The text actually advises a high degree of caution here. Because your internal weather becomes visible to others, you have to be aware of your emotions and display them accordingly. You simply don't have to externalize every passing cloud.
And now we reach the culmination of this entire framework, Section 4, the path to life results, the cascade.
This is where things really accelerate. This is the unstoppable momentum where all those invisible internal states we just spent time dissecting harden into your absolute, undeniable external reality. Let's map this out clearly as a definitive causal chain. So the crucial point is, step 1, your internal factors. Your beliefs, values, feelings, and emotions all gather together. Step 2, they actively influence your behavior and your attitude. Step 3, that attitude directly impacts the decisions and choices you make every single day. And finally, step 4, your decisions ultimately determine the life results you get. The architecture of your self-awareness literally builds your future, block by block.
Which leaves us staring right at the ultimate question. Knowing this architecture, knowing that every inherited belief and every passing emotional cloud eventually funnels down into the hard reality of your life, what will your next decision be? The truth really can set you free, but only if you're brave enough to build upon it. I really hope this explainer empowered you to start analyzing your own foundation. Keep observing your clouds, keep questioning your pillars, and start building.